I'm kind of a train wreck right now. My nose is plugged up and this is not going to be okay, but I try my best to get through it. Okay, that should be good now. Okay, let me just have another sip of water before I start. Okay. Okay. Ladies, gentlemen, and Legion of Dumb, welcome back to Some Random Dumbass YouTube channel. I am the Random Dumbass, and today we are back with more Doki Doki Literature Club. In the last episode, we came back to the club, much to my chagrin, and we kind of went through the same motions we did last time we did this, but this time Yuri's acting weird, like really weird. So I'm gonna have to keep an eye on that, but in the meantime, we have to share the poems. So let's get started with that. I should start with Monica. Yesterday she seemed eager to read my poem, so I want her to know I'm putting in effort. Hi SRD, having a good time so far? Yeah. Good, glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm just much better off going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyway, want to share your poem with me? I don't want to, but I will. It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Don't worry, SRD, we're all a little embarrassed today, you know? But it's that sort of barrier we'll all learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. I hand Monica my poem. Great job, SRD. I was going ooh in my head while I was reading it. It's really metaphorical. I'm not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. I guess I underestimated you. It's easy for me to keep everyone's expectations low. That way it always counts when I put in effort. That's not very fair. It's the truth. Sometimes the truth hurts. Well, I guess it worked anyway. You know that Yuri likes this kind of writing, right? Writing that's full of imagery and symbolism. Sometimes I feel like Yuri's mind is just totally detached from reality. I don't mean that like it's a bad thing, though. But sometimes I get the impression that she's totally given up on people. She spends so much time in her own head that it's probably a much more interesting place for her. But that's why she gets so happy when you treat her with a lot of kindness. I don't think she's used to being indulged like that. She must be really starved for social interaction, so don't blame her for coming on a little strongly, like earlier. I think if she gets too stimulated, she ends up withdrawing and looking for alone time. Suddenly the door opens. Oh, Yuri's back. Hey, I'm back. Did I miss anything? Not really. Well, we all started sharing poems with each other. Already? I'm sorry for being late. No need to apologize. We still have plenty of time, so I'm more glad that you took all the time you needed. Alright, thanks, Monica. I suppose I should get my poem now. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to not be very good. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know? I see. Well, let's read it then. This one's different. Okay. Hole in wall. But he wasn't looking at me. Confused, I frantically glanced at my surroundings, but my burned eyes could no longer see color. Are there others in this room? Are they talking? Or are they simply poems on flat sheets of paper? The sound of frantic scrawling playing tricks on my ears. The room begins to crinkle, closing in on me. The air I breathe dissipates before it reaches my lungs. I panic. There must be a way out. It's right there. He's right there. Swallowing my fears, I brandish my pen. Excuse me. So, what do you think? It's very freeform if that's what you want to call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. It's okay. Yeah, that kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, lots of poems have been about putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it, but I guess you could say that I had some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit. An epiphany? Yeah, it's something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on the paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about it is this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big, dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. In Monica's shattering of the fourth wall of the day, we get that. Go to Natsuki next. Save best girl for last. Yeah, I said it. Fight me. SRD, if you're not going to take this club seriously, then go home. What? Harsh. What, you expect me to believe that you actually put effort into this? Do you think I'm stupid? I'm not a writer. Maybe it's not very good, but yeah, I did put in effort. We all start somewhere, right? If you're still proud of the first poem you ever wrote, then I'd like to read it. Painful to think about? Fine. Well, sorry, man. SRD in-game be dropping bombs. You'll get better anyway. I tell you what to improve, but you're better off just trying again. Fair enough. Well, to each their own, I guess. And anyway, I guess I gotta share mine now. Knowing you, you'll probably think it's stupid. Okay, I read this already. So, are y'all gonna kill me if I don't read it? I hope not, because I ain't reading it. I read it already. In the first act. Yeah, I told you that you weren't gonna like it. I like it. What? Just be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it? Well, because everyone in high school thinks writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff, so people don't even take my writing seriously. But isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. Yes, exactly. I like when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like in this poem. Seeing everyone around you do great things could be really disheartening. So I decided to write about it. Yeah, I understand, but the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like I set up for a rhyme at the end but made it fall flat on purpose. It helps bring out the feeling in the last line. So you did. I guess more went into it than I realized. That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you? Yeah, guess not. I decided to humor her with the last comment. I don't really give a fuck how old she is, but if Natsuki feels proud, then I won't take that away from her. God, she's just as annoying in the second act as she is in the first one. Fucking hell. By the way, in case you guys couldn't tell, I'm a little congested. Don't have tissues around me so I can blow my nose. So, deal with it. As Yuri reads the poem, I notice her eyes lighten. Exceptional. What was that? Mainly because when I actually wrote the poem, I literally had her in mind and that's about it. Did I say that out loud? Yuri first covers her mouth, but then ends up covering her whole face. He's gonna hate me. Why would I hate you? You called my poem exceptional. That's a serious compliment. You really didn't do anything wrong, Yuri. I guess you're right. Well, what am I getting nervous for? Yuri takes a breath. Yes, breathe. So, what kind of writing experience do you have? Your use of imagery and metaphors indicates you've written a lot of poetry before. Really? Wow, that's a huge compliment coming from you. This is actually my first time I gave a shit. What? Yuri stares at me blankly, then looks at my poem again. I think you're bluffing. I'm bluffing. Well, I know that. I just meant, Yuri trails off, unable to find an excuse. She traces her finger along the words of the poem as if breaking it down more thoroughly. Yeah, okay. This is the reason I was able to tell. It's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers, and having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter and they form-fit the two together. The end result is that both the style and expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone and she sounds like an expert. Of course, it's not something you can be blamed for. There are many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little bit biased, though. Biased? How? Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry. It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri's apologizing to herself, me, or Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamily as if it's a rare opportunity for her, which in itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? Okay. I read this one too. Even though she's best girl, I'm not making any exceptions. I read it already. Ain't doing it again. I'm sorry I have such terrible handwriting. What? I wasn't thinking that at all. But it took you a long time to read. Well, I just don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty. It's very nice. I actually like it. That's a relief. Also, I like the poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive. It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you like it. I'll be honest, since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghosts, Yuri? Actually, the ghost isn't at all, I feel like that's the first major fuck-up I've had in a while. Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all, SRD. Really? I must have totally missed the point. Well, I suppose you did only glance over it after all. But remember that poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost. Lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn, putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive. It's nothing, really. Yours was impressive, too, so, nah. If anything, I could probably learn a thing or two from you. You think so? Yeah, of course. You know, I was really nervous about doing all this, but in the end, I enjoyed it. I'm gonna keep doing my best for you, SRD. Me too, I guess. Phew. I guess that's everyone. I glanced around the room. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated. It's as if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club, after all. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Monica is writing something in her notebook. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. What's with this language? What? Did you say something? Oh, it's nothing. Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy. Thanks. Yours is cute. Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling I've given up. Yeah, we've seen all this already. How can that be cute? I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it really didn't come out nice at all. Well, I do have a couple of suggestions. If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it, which people did, by the way. Monica liked it, and SRD did too. Based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me. I appreciate the offer, but I spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon, unless, of course, I come across something particularly inspiring, which I haven't yet. And SRD liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it. Blah, blah, blah. We've read all this before. Oh, I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri. That's not what you're just... Yuri stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous that SRD appreciates my advice more than he appreciated yours. Huh? And how did you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself? No. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy. Ooh! The burn is still just as deep. It's just as third degree. Well, you know what? I wasn't the one whose boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as SRD started showing up. I didn't hear that. I'm not hiding this time. I hid the first time. I ain't no bitch. Natsuki, that's a little... This doesn't involve you. Excuse me, I'm spitting all over my computer screen. Allow me to... What the fuck is going on? What the fuck? Taking out your own insecurities on others like that. You really act as young as you look, Natsuki. Me, look who's talking. You wanna be edgy bitch? Jesus Christ. Edgy? Sorry that my lifestyle is too much for someone of your mental age to comprehend. See? Just saying that proves my point. Most people learn to get over themselves after they graduate middle school, you know. If you want to prove anything, just stop harassing others with your sickening attitude. You think you can counterbalance your toxic personality just by dressing and acting cute? The only thing cute about you is how hard you try. Ouch! That hurts! Whoa, be careful, you just might cut yourself on that edge, Yuri. Oh, my bad, you already do, don't you? Did you just accuse me of cutting myself? What the fuck is wrong with your head? Yeah, go on. Let SRD hear everything you really think. I'm sure he'll be head over heels for you after this. I'm actually scared right now. What the hell is happening? Suddenly Yuri turns towards me as if she's noticing I was just standing there. SRD, she's just trying to make me look bad. That's not true. She started it. How did I get to the... What the fuck? Wait, hold it. Wait, what the dick is happening? Why can't I pick anything? What the fuck? Excuse me for 1 second. Ugh. I might need to replace this shit in this bottle with some liquor. My God. Alright, now that my horrendous little incident of terror is over, let's keep going. My head really hurts right now. Hey SRD, why don't we step outside for a little bit, okay? Sorry about that. They really shouldn't have tried to get you involved. It's probably better for us to stay out of this. We'll go back inside once they're done yelling. Some president I am, right? I can't even confront my own club members properly. I just wish I was able to be a little more assertive sometimes. But I never have it in me to put my foot down against others. You understand, right? Anyway, if this makes you want to spend less time with the others, then that's fine. I'd be happy to spend time with you instead. What the fuck? Suddenly, Natsuki runs out of the classroom. She quickly runs away. Oh dear. Well, it looks like they're done. Yeah, maybe just a bit. I didn't mean it. Yuri is walking back and forth at their desk and her palms on her forehead. Yuri, I didn't mean it. I believe you. I have no idea what Yuri might have said to Natsuki, or did. SRD, please don't hate me, please. I'm not like this. There's something wrong with me today. It's fine, Yuri. We know you didn't mean it. Besides, I'm sure Natsuki will forget all about it by tomorrow, completely. Anyway, the meeting's over, so you can go home now if you want. Yuri looks at me like she wants to say something, but she keeps glancing at Monica. You can go first, Monica. I'd like to stay a little bit longer. I'm the president, so I should be the last out. I'll wait for you to be done. Well, I'm vice president, so please let me take that responsibility today. Kind of sounds like you don't want me around for something, Yuri. It's not that. It's totally that. It's not that. I didn't get much of a chance to discuss my book with SRD. Great, she's keeping me around longer. Monica, help me! I'm afraid! You stay right outside the door! Keep looking through the glass on the door. If something fishy happens, you come back in here. It would just be embarrassing with you listening. I guess I don't really have a choice, do I? I'm sorry for causing trouble, but I really appreciate you. And stroke and day's over. Okay. I'm gonna go rest my head. Thank you guys for watching this video. This episode of Doki Doki Literature Club. If you liked it, please like the video. Comment down how many times I screwed up my English. If you really like this video or the series, please subscribe. Join the Legion of today. It's like the Legion of YouTube, except we're all stupid. And if you really like this series or any other series I'm doing, for some reason this is content only a mother could love, please ring the bell next to the subscribe button. You'll be notified instantly when I upload stuff. I've been Stormin' a Dumbass. You've been amazing. I will see you guys in the next episode. I need to go fucking rest my head. Goodbye.